My dad was going on a date with his new boyfriend Rick and asked if I could babysit Danny, his boyfriend's son. I told him I'd be glad to. Danny is a cutie and very well behaved. When I got there, Rick told me that he had pizza money on the kitchen counter, and that Danny and I could watch a movie on Netflix, and that Danny's bedtime was at 10, since it was summer vacation. Then he said once Danny is in bed, I could call my boyfriend over so I wouldn't feel alone. As you can probably already tell, Rick is a pretty chill dad. He's even helped my dad be more relaxed and chill. When he left, Danny and I ate pizza, watched a movie. Danny acted out some of the movie. He wants to be an actor. He's actually pretty good. I recorded him acting out some of the scenes and sent them to his dad. Then once the movie was over, he went to play in his room. That's when the nightmare started. I was in the living room playing a game on my phone. Then all of a sudden I heard a man yell,
No!
It took me by surprise, so I ran up to Danny's room and asked him, who yelled no? Danny just sat there shaking. He pointed to his closet and said,
There's a monster!
I looked to the closet and at first I didn't see anything or anyone, but then a tall, skinny man came out. Danny started crying and I just froze. My whole body for 1 second just shut down.
Hey, Sarah, remember me?
I didn't notice at first, but looking past his homeless look, I recognized him to be my dad's ex-boyfriend, Seth.
Sarah, I miss you and your dad. Please tell your dad to come back to me.
I told him he had to leave or I would call the police. He gave me a somewhat calm but angry look. I was starting to freak, and I needed to get Danny out of here. I held my phone up and told Danny to get by me. I told Seth once again to get out, but he just stood there, still as a wall.
If you don't help me, Sarah, I'll have to get rid of Rick. But I'll start with his son first.
That's when he started walking and reached for Danny, and I yelled, "Run, Danny!" We ran out the door to the hallway and ran outside to the neighbor's house. We banged on the door and rang the doorbell. A man answered and I told him what was going on and he let us in. Then he called the police and I called my dad. The police came and found Seth going through Rick's stuff, and they arrested him for trespassing, breaking and entering, and trying to get Danny. Rick and Dad finally got home. Danny ran to his dad, happy to see him. I ran to my dad crying because I felt guilty for almost losing Danny. But both Rick and my dad told me everything that happened tonight wasn't my fault, and I shouldn't feel guilty. Rick said he was grateful that I kept Danny safe, and that he knew I wouldn't let anything bad happen to him. That night when my dad and Rick were on their date night, Rick proposed to my dad. They got married 3 months later. Now we're a happy family. I even call Rick Dad now. Danny and Rick are the greatest, and I'm happy to have them as family.